So this lesson is focusing on solving proportions. Now a proportion is an equation stating that two ratios are equivalent. So for example, a proportion is 1/2 is equal to 5/10. Notice as both of these ratios are equivalent. So my first example today is, now these are two fractions that you know are equivalent. These are well known that 5/10 is the same as 1/2. But there are some other proportions that we have to decide, are they equivalent or not? So my first example is stating, is 2/3 and 10/15. Is this true, or is this a proportion? So you have to find, are these ratios equal? So all you have to do is cross multiply. And we've done this before. We're going to say 3 times 10 is 30, and 15 times 2 is 30. Because these are the exact same number, then we can say, yes, this is a proportion. Okay, and then again, in order to figure out if it's a proportion, you just have to cross multiply. Now my next example is solving for an unknown. So I'm given the proportion 8 over our unknown a equals the ratio 10/15. So I need to solve for a. All you have to do is cross multiply again, and as well as dividing. Okay, and we can do that using our fish method like we did in our last chapter. Okay, so all we have to do is, we're going to say 8 times 15 divided by 10 equals a. Again, I'll say that again. 8 times 15 divided by 10 equals a. 8 times 15, I have to do that first. Then I can divide it by 10, and that's going to equal my unknown a. So I can do 15 times 8. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 times 1 is 8, plus 4 is 12. So I'm going to say 120 divided by 10 is going to equal a. Well, they both have a 0, so I can cross off my zeros. So 12 divided by 1 is going to equal a. So then 12 equals a. So my answer is 12. So again, using the fish method, what we did right here, multiplying by our crosses, then dividing by that third number is going to solve for a. That's how you solve for an unknown numerator or denominator of a proportion. And that brings us to the end of the lesson.